Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
People are always telling us, I picked up one of your magazines, the PETA Global Animal Times, and it changed my whole life.
Animalkind, Remarkable Discoveries with Ingrid Newkirk began, part 2 of 3. Continue watching to find out more. Hi mahatu au aikoe is how we say I love you in Rapa Nui, a language spoken on Easter Island. Kind-hearted viewers, I am Jose. The people of Easter Island send you their warmest greetings and positive thoughts of harmony, beauty, and compassion. We are delighted to have you join us for part 2 of the 3-part series entitled Animalkind, Remarkable Discoveries with Ingrid Newkirk began. A well-known organization which promotes veganism and the banishment of fur is the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA. Founded in 1980, PETA is dedicated to defending all animals. The president and co-founder Ingrid Newkirk is a Shining World Compassion Award recipient. PETA has adhered to a simple principle since its inception. Animals are not ours to experiment on, eat, wear, use for entertainment, or abuse in any other way. The good people of PETA believe that animals have important rights and deserve to be respected, as well as have their best interests taken into consideration. Just like humans, animals do feel pain, fear, frustration, loneliness, and crave for motherly love. PETA says there shouldn't be any prejudice against animals, as it is morally unacceptable. This amazing organization inspires millions of people across the world. In January 2020, Ingrid Newkirk and best-selling author Jean Stone co-authored the book Animalkind, Remarkable Discoveries about Animals and Revolutionary New Ways to Show Them Compassion. This inspirational book explores the wonders of animal life and presents a wealth of new information, finding animals to be intelligent, aware, sensitive, and empathetic beings.
When we were children, many of us read stories and we watched cartoons of animals who had mythological, wondrous superpowers, like dragons and unicorns, Pegasus, the flying horse. And what Animalkind does is it sets out to show us that real animals, not mythological ones, do have superpowers. We don't have to go into space to look for intelligent forms of life. They're all around us, right here on Earth. More's the pity that we ignore their feelings, their intelligence, and we make them into shoes or snacks. As Stephen Hawking said, we'd better hope that if we do find alien life somewhere, they have more mercy on us than we have shown others here on Earth. Humans constantly underestimate the other animals, and I say other because we are but one species in the great orchestra of life. Even those of us who care deeply about them sometimes shortchange them. I know people who are just showing their love when they call dogs and cats their fur babies, but they aren't babies at all. They're whole and they're complete thinking and feeling individuals, usually grown up with interests of their own. They aren't simply existing to keep us company.
Continuing our interview, Ingrid Newkirk speaks about how much research has been put into Animalkind and what has been achieved for the animals.
A lot of research, but it's easy for me because I collect facts about animals. They fascinate me, and I'm always finding out something new. So this book, for example, it may not be useful, but I was mesmerized to find that reindeer have different colored eyes in the summer and winter. In winter, they're blue, in summer, they're yellow. They manufacture their own vitamin D because they don't see much sun, and they see in infrared. So you learn these things through research, but the talents of animals, I was always collecting their amazing journeys, that they have 300 million scent receptors in their noses to our maybe 6 to 8 million, that they can find their way home in mysterious ways across a country, across a continent, across an ocean. And we really don't know how they can read the Earth's magnetic field, for example, how they can survive. They know when a hurricane or a tornado or an earthquake is coming. They can sense things that we would have never been able to sense. So collecting those facts was grand, and updating what people know about animals I felt was really important. And then stunning people with information about their emotions, the love they have, the love they share, the partnership, the loyalty, the fidelity, and how they will risk their lives for their lovers, for their husbands, for their wives, for their children, for their friends. And even an ailing bat will be bought food by another bat if they know that bat can't go out of the cave. How wonderful. What examples they are for us.
Let us take a moment to be thankful for God's creations, the beautiful animals that have become human companions and color our lives. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Animalkind, Remarkable Discoveries with Ingrid Newkirk, Vegan, Part 2 of 3. In 2019, a new whole-bodied model frog called Simfrog was simulated by p2o3 and Simdaver, already used in American high schools and middle schools. As an educational tool, Simfrog has abolished the need to dramatically dissect real animals. This realistic frog body has removable organs, all anatomically correct, to help children learn biology and to respect animal life. p2o3 is always doing amazing things, leading the world in animal protection. Ingrid Newkirk now shares some of the stories that have touched and inspired her.
Well, there are so many, and I hear emails, we get mail. People are always telling us, I picked up one of your magazines, the p2o3 Global Animal Times, and it changed my whole life. Or somebody may have left a pamphlet in a grocery store or put a sticker on something, and people write in to say, I had no idea. So all that activism is tremendous, and it comes from individuals who are busy out there making sure the little libraries have animal rights books in them, for example, or they have a lawn sign saying, we are against all prejudice, human supremacism, male supremacism, all these things. That is what keeps me going. That's what I think influences other people. But for me, there's one example I would give you. I met a man who cared about dogs and had found a dog who had been hit by a car on the highway. And he tried to get help for this dog, and he wasn't able to. And he found me eventually and said, will you help me set up a rescue service, which I did. But he was like me as a child. He ate every animal. He thought veganism was a whim, a fad. And he had very strong, rigid ideas. He even was a spokesperson for the National Rifle Association. And he was a hard nut to crack. But he's a role model because over the years, he heard all the arguments. He saw the films. He realized it wasn't just dogs, and he changed. And by the time he died, his son had been raised and was 19 years old as a vegan from birth.
Over the course of the past 4 decades, we have seen the change in public perception on animal rights. We asked Ingrid how far does she feel we have come in terms of encompassing a world of veganism.
Well, I think it will depend on how much each one of us does to achieve that goal. But we've come a long, long way. And it started out with very few people. Nobody even knew what the word vegan meant. Very few people were vegetarian, unless for perhaps health reasons. And so all that has changed with the soy milk and the oat milk and the hemp milk and the almond milk and the coconut milk in the stores for everyone to see, with the Beyond Burgers, and of course, Loving Hut with all the wonderful foods that are in that is all part of the change. We've come a long way. We've closed the largest circus on earth. Animals are not seen anymore as trophies, except by very few hunters. The majority of the population despises trophy hunting. Most children do not want to go to an animal circus or a SeaWorld type of place. They want to have virtual reality and they want those kinds of things. We are nowhere near a vegan world because we're nowhere near world peace.
Right.
We can't even treat each other properly.
Right.
And so it's vital that we do everything. We take personal responsibility and we educate others and we get as far as we can. But it is changing because there's a water shortage. The Amazon is burning.
Yeah.
People's arteries are hardening. And everybody is beginning to see that a vegan world is the only world that works.
Our deep gratitude to Ingrid Newkirk for being such a strong advocate for veganism, putting forward undisputable facts that make the answer so clear: be vegan, make peace. For more information on Animalkind, please visit p2o3.org. Thank you, precious viewers, for your delightful company today. Join us again on Sunday, May 2nd for part 3 of Animalkind, Remarkable Discoveries with Ingrid Newkirk, vegan. May you always be immersed in heaven's blessings and the enlightened light of the divine.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/UL.
Műsoraink sok nyelvet tartalmaznak. Kérjük, tekintse meg itt suprememastertv.com/schedule és suprememastertv.com/UL.